Shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, giving infinite praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Al Shah Bashim Hakudash, giving double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstone. Shalom, salutation to you sincere Akims across the four winds, pushing this truth with sincerity of heart. I'm your fellow servant, Kasam Gan from a DC camp, coming at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al Shah Bashim Hakudash to feed the elect. This is gonna be a quick one. Just a reminder. Just doubling down on the statement that I made through the spirit at camp, man, going into the affections and not setting your affection on things on this earth. And because we know the scripture, we know what it is. We understand we have a duty. We understand we made a vow to Yahweh B'Shem El Shah to sacrifice our life, to push this word, to preach the word to the elect of the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We know that. The thing is that when we dealing with affections, it's a lot easier said than done. All right. Actually cutting off affections of on things and people, because that's going to be the main two things, is having to let go of things and people. All right, people that you've grown close to, whether it be family members and woman, wife. I mean, these individuals may not necessarily be there, and they may not necessarily be destined to stick by your side and to remain faithful. Some of them may flip. I mean, you have to be ready for anything, and be ready to let go if you have to. All right, and I just want to play this video right quick, man. It's off of course, the legendary fictional story of Game of Thrones. This scene that I really liked, where this old Targaryen guy, which I don't want to spoil everything, but you should already have seen it. And then he tells Jon Snow something really, 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 really strong, man. Something that Jon Snow didn't really quite understand at the time, but this is something that applies to every man that's on a mission, that has a duty. It's just not an easy road. All right, so I'm gonna play this right quick.
Sam said you wanted to see me.
I did indeed. Perhaps you'd be kind enough to assist me. Tell me, did you ever wonder why the men of the Night's Watch take no wives and father no children?
No.
So they will not love. Love is the death of duty. If the day should ever come when your Lord Father was forced to choose between honor on the one hand and those he loves on the other, what would he do?
He would do whatever was right, no matter what.
Then Lord Stark is one man in 10,000. Most of us are not so strong. What is honor compared to a woman's love? And what is duty against the feel of a newborn son in your arms? Or a brother's smile?
Sam told you.
We're all human. Oh, we all do our duty when there's no cost to it. Honor comes easy then. Yet, sooner or later, in every man's life, there comes a day when it is not easy. A day when he must choose.
And this is my day. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and basically I'm gonna cut it right there. You can watch the whole scene. But brothers that have seen it recognize that scene perfectly. And then this is something that I want to expound on when it comes to the duty and the sacrifice that we need to make. And he said it's a lot easier to uphold honor and duty when you don't have these attachments. You know what I'm saying? It really just is. But the reality is that Yahweh B'Shem El Shai wasn't gonna make it easy for us. So he did allow us to build attachments, affections to the things, to people, whether it be wives, children, something material. So we all have certain affections that we were allowed to to get accustomed to. But those affections are set up, but then they also, a lot of them, they're set up to be taken away. All right. And to see how you will react to that. That's why I brought the example of Abraham. Abraham had, he hadn't had a son. It was a whole lot easier to be faithful that whole time, which Abraham stayed faithful. But his faith really got tested when he was given something to be, to grow affection, an heir. All right. And then he was given time to grow and love this heir. And then he was asked to let go. And then he had to do what he had to do. And then the Most High stopped him when he saw that he was still going to go through it. So it's very important. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. So you have to be ready to make the tough decision, because that day is soon approaching where we're going to have to make that tough decision. All right. So let me get on the precept. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31. It says, "And they that use this world and is not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. But I will have you without carefulness. But without carefulness, he that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord." So if you're not unmarried, and that marriage right there, of course, and the scripture is speaking about being married to a wife, girlfriend, that affection that you have, children that you may have with the woman, but I would go beyond that. I would go beyond just the attachment to a woman. Yeah, the woman is by far the greatest downfall of a man. When you start loving, because you could love your woman, but you can't be in love with her when you dedicate your time and you put her in this, you got to make sure she's okay. And your duty becomes making sure she's okay. You can't do that, because then your duty to Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to die. All right. That hunger, that dedication and desire to please Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to die. That's exactly what the Targaryen old dude said, that love is the death of duty. Right. Because love is sacrifice. To love, you got to sacrifice something to give something. So what are you sacrificing? You're sacrificing Yahweh Shem Yahshua to make sure you provide time and affection for this other thing or this other person. All right. And these are things that when the time comes and you got to make the harsh decisions, it's going to be hard, but it's always meant to be like that. You just got to prepare yourself to have to let go if it comes down to it, which it will come down to it depending on what it is or who it is, and we all have affections. So that applies to all of us. That's why even, myself, pray to the Lord and to always keep me without affections and of the things of this world, because it's understanding, that everything that I get too close to will be a liability when this thing hit the fan. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the condition of the battle. All right. It says, but he that is, verse 33, but he that is married careth for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. All right. And like I said, I'm going beyond just the wife. Because anything that you're married to, you could be married to your house. You could be married to your car. You could be married to your family, because the word marriage means to join, to bring together. And it's not always sexually. It's not always on a sexual manner. Affection is not only sexual. So anything that you marry to, that you join to in this society, you better be ready to let go and begin to practice to put space between you and those things, expecting these things to be these things and all these people to have to, expecting you to have to let go. All right. So, this is just a reminder. It's something we already know, but we always got to remind ourselves, because we get inching closer and closer to that hard, to that day, let me see. But Paul spoke about that, man. So you're going to have a wife, you're going to have all these things. Act as if you don't have. If you have a wife, act as if you don't have a wife. If you have children, act as if you don't have children. Does that mean you mistreat them? No, it's called balance. It's understanding that it's putting everything in a priority, everything in this bubble. All right. And then if you put everything in this bubble, then you keep yourself in the main bubble, which is the world of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, the truth. Then every other bubble, if it pops, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? You kind of expected it to pop anyways. All right. So you won't be crushed and lose your faith, when it happens. Duty. What is duty? It says obligatory service. All right. And right, it says in Romans, right, is your reasonable service. Romans 12 speaks about our duty, our reasonable service. And that takes precedence over everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of us, our affection is on the woman we have or the women we have, the children that we have. Some of us is ourselves, and the things that we have. So you just got to know what it is that you setting your affection onto. All right. And then let me go to Colossians. Let me go to Colossians chapter 3 and 1. Let me go to Colossians chapter 3 and 1. Let me go Colossians chapter 3 verse 1. It says, if ye, and I like the subtitle as well. It says, put on the new self. All right. Well, actually, let me select it. Make sure I'm all right. Yeah. It says, if ye then be risen with a Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. So if you risen with a Mashiach Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, whom the world has ignorantly called Jesus Christ, you have to seek the things which are above, the spiritual things, all right, the things which are not seen. All right, you have to set your affections on those things, the scriptures, the truth, the duty, the brotherhood. All right. Verse 2, it says, set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. All right. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Hamashiach Yahushua. So in this world, you're dead. So all these things that seem enjoyable now, it's really vain. It's not really tangible. It's here now, but when this society collapses, you'll really find out what you got. You'll find out who's really rocking with you. You'll find out what really was yours and what was just there temporarily. All right. And that's what we getting ready to find out now. Okay. 2 Timothy 3 and 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. And this is the balance. All right. In the last days, it says men shall be lovers of their own selves. That's an affection as well. That's also being an affection. And an affection that's not good. If your affection is your own self, then you go put yourself above everybody else, even above your whole body, that's going to lead you to make some decisions out here that's not appropriate. All right. And I'm going to finish with Galatians 5 and 24. And they that are of Mashiach have crucified the flesh with the affections and the lust. All right. So if you're of Mashiach Yahushua, you crucify the flesh, man. All right. And the affections and the lust of this world. That's what I want to bring forward. Didn't want to make this too long, man. Love is the death of duty. So we always have to be aware of what we love. What we love is this truth. All right. Any love on anything else is gonna be sidetracked, man. It's gonna be a distraction. So that's just a reminder for all of us, man. Hopeful elect, pushing this gospel to the best of our ability. Carl Halam Lai, how about you, man? Shout double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstones. Shalom. Salutation to you, said brothers. Shalom.